Hello everyone, this is Who Am I audiobook series, and we are about to begin this beautiful series of audiobooks. And we are about to begin it with a beautiful book named as a Man Thinket. So let's get started. Forward. This little volume, the result of meditation and experience, is not intended as an exhaustive treatise on the much written upon subject of power of thought. It is suggestive rather than explanatory, its object being to stimulate men and women to the discovery and perception of the truth that they themselves are maker of themselves by the virtue of thoughts which they choose and encourage. That mind is the master weaver both of the inner garment of character and the outer circumstances, and that as they have hitherto woven in ignorance and pain, they may now weave in enlightenment and happiness. James Allen. Chapter number 1, that is thought and character. The aphorism, as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he, not only embrace the whole of man's being, but is so comprehensive as to reach out every condition and circumstances of his life. A man is literally what he thinks, his character being the complete sum of all his thoughts. As the plant sprang from and could not be without the seeds, so every act of a man springs from hidden seeds of thought and could not have appeared without them. This applies equally to those acts called spontaneous and unpremeditative as to those which are deliberately executed. Act is the blossom of thought, and joy and suffering and its fruits. Thus does a man garner in the sweet and bitter fruitage of his own husbandry. Thought in the mind hath made us, what we are by thought we wrought and built. If a man minds hath evil thought, pain comes out on him, and comes the wheel, the ox behind. If one endure in purity of thoughts, joy follow him as his own shadow. Sure, man is a growth by law and not a creation by artifice, and cause and effect is as absolute and undeviating in the hidden realm of thought as in the world of visible and material things. A noble and godlike character is not a thing of favor or chance, but is the natural result of continued effort in right thinking, the effort of long cherished association with godlike thoughts, and ignoble and bestial character. By the same process is the result of continued harboring of groveling thoughts. Man is made or unmade by himself. In the armory of thoughts, he forgets the weapon by which he destroys himself. He also fashions the tools with which he built for himself heavenly machine of joy and strength and peace. By the right choices and true application of thought, man ascends to divine perfection. By the abuse and wrong application of thought, he descends below the level of the beast. Between these two extremes are the grades of character, and man is their maker and master. all of the beautiful truths pertaining to the soul which have been resourced and brought to the light in this age, none of more gladdening or true fruitful of divine promises and confidence than this. The man is the master of thought, the molder of character, and maker and shaper of condition, environment, and destiny. As a being of power, intelligence, and love, and the lord of his own thought, man holds the key to every situation and continues within himself the transforming and regenerative agency by which he may make himself what he will. Man is always the master, even in his weakest and most abundant state. But in his weakness and degradation, he is the foolish master who misgoverns his household. When he begins to reflect upon his condition as to search diligently for the law upon which his being is established, he then becomes the wise master, directing his energies with intelligence and fashioning his thoughts to fruitful issues. Such is the conscious master, and the man can only thus become by discovering within himself the laws of thought, which discovery is totally a matter of application, self analysis, and experience. Only by much searching and mining are gold and diamonds obtained, and man can find every truth connected with his being if he will dig deep into the mine of his soul, and that he is the maker of his character, the molder of his life, the builder of his destiny. He may unerringly prove if he will watch, control, and alter his thoughts, tracing their effects upon himself, upon others, and upon his life and circumstances, linking cause and effect by patient practice and investigation, and utilizing his every experience, even to the most trivial everyday occurrence, as a mean of obtaining that knowledge of himself with which is understanding, wisdom, power. In this direction, as in no other, is the law absolute that he that seek findeth, and him that knocked it shall be opened. For only patience, practice, and ceaseless importunity can man enter the door of the temple of the knowledge.